only see the timer right now because my camera is not working, as it keeps yelling at me. So that's good. It says it's now streaming. I need to actually look back at our videos at some point and see, like, at what point does it go from like giving me this message of meeting is now streaming to actually streaming. But either way, I'm gonna leave it in gallery view. So just know that if your camera's on, you may be seen right now, because I feel like it would be really weird if my camera's not working to stream myself and like spotlight myself when it's just like a black square, which is all I see right now. But anyway, hey everybody, welcome to the TB&J Open Mic. I'm your host, Sad Clock, and co-hosting with me tonight is the fantastic Brooksy Poopsy. Before we get started, I'm going to do a quick review of our policies. First up, 2-strike heckling policy. First strike, we'll mute you. Second strike, i.e. doing anything weird from your camera, we'll kick you out of the room. Next, we have a 0 tolerance harassment policy. If you feel you're being harassed, send a private message to either me or Brooks and we'll kick you out. No questions asked. Sorry, we'll kick them out. No questions asked. I said kick you out. We're not going to kick out the victims from the mic. That would be very bad. That's a different kind of show. But also, when you perform, just know that normally you'd be able to switch to gallery view and see how much time you have left on the clock. Apparently, everybody can see the clock working but me. Give me a thumbs up if that's true and you're muted. You can see the clock? You can see the clock?
See the clock.
Yeah. I said, give me a thumbs up, and Amira gave me 4 fingers, all of which were not the thumb.
I just meant it's not going. It's just a 4.
No, it should not be going yet. Although I honestly feel like I should make the intro part of my set just to give everybody less pain. Either way, yeah, so check on your time that way. And also, if you need an audible cue, just let us know and we'll say 1 minute into the mic when you have 1 minute left. And networkers, don't forget to plug your socials into the chat box when you're done. You can either do that in the normal chat box or the normal restream chat box we have going. So like if you like submit a comment on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, I see it. And I know that because Desiree just tested it by saying that she is on her way and running late. That's really fun. Also, yeah, for our audience, please note that this is an open mic, so the comedians performing with us come with varying levels of experience. Be nice. Also, the content featured on the show and all of our shows may not be suitable for all audiences. You have been warned. And if you'd like to support the stream, please consider making a donation of any size at districtcomedy.io. Or if you don't have money, we will like just share the stream. Just share it. Just the more exposure. You can pay me an exposure. That's fine. I'll take it. I don't have a lot going for me right now. So yeah, first up, I'll do a little bit of time. I've already been doing some, but just to like keep the theme going of me talking about things as a clock. Yeah, we'll say this is the official start. Give it up for Sad Clock, everybody. Woo, 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 woo. So some of you may remember I have mentioned it. I don't know if I've mentioned it on stream. I probably have. I've definitely mentioned it off stream, but District Comedy at one point had a lawsuit ongoing. We got like a cease and desist order from somebody else who said they were District Comedy. And not only has that not panned out for them, like I am totally in the clear, but we are now officially nationally trademarked. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, that is so cool. And also what's really cool is that through this process, I reached out to a bunch of local universities, and one of them got back to me that was like, hey, I know it's been a while, but are you still having issues with like people claiming that like you're infringing on their copyright? And I was like, I mean, they haven't responded, but like, I'll take free legal help. And like, what a twist of ironic events would that be if like we came out of this, ended up suing them, and that was how District Comedy made bank at the end of the day. Also, I love the idea of like just showing the research that I've already done to a bunch of like law students and just be like, so this is how you do it. I have done your homework for you. You're welcome. Take that easy A. Because that's how I was in college. Like, I didn't want to work in college. I wanted the A, and I wanted to like go home so I could nap again. I planned all of my classes around how I could get the most naps in any given day, because I was a theater major. That's like half of it, you know, just like be relaxed, be in touch with your body, sleep. So that's really exciting. Also, I did Brooks's bachelor party this last weekend. Whoop, whoop. Let me just tell you, I did not think I was going to have as much of a fun time as I did. As you all know, I am a gay librarian, which means two things: not into strippers and also not into being outside. And like the main activity was tubing. I was like, I'm gonna burn to a crisp, like I could die. But it ended up being a really fun time. We had some of the people who are here tonight do some stuff for roasting Brooks, and it was incredible. So I just wanted to give those people a shout out. But nonetheless, I was just surprised how well I could relate to you heteronormies. Is what I'm trying to I'm trying to make that a thing. I'm just give it some time. It's gonna be like fetch. But nonetheless, other news, you all know that like I've been given like tentative offers over the last couple months now to work at Library of Congress, and today was the first day that I was like, maybe this isn't something I want to do, because they had a bomb threat, but I was like, no, I still want to do it. Like, it's still I mean, nobody actually got hurt. It was just like an angry guy, like Facebook streaming his truck that had a propane tank in the back. And I'm like, that's like a fun little snow day, you know, in federal. I mean, anything short of staging a coup now, I'm just like unimpressed by, you know, like, come on, we can do better. We can do better than one sad guy with a propane tank. Nonetheless, I'll end on that super high positive note. Woo, woo, woo. Give it up for the saddest clock on the internet. Sad. If you haven't caught it already, I'll put it in the chat again. But the first comedian we have on deck, you never know what kind of kooks will show up at this mic. So next up is it's
needs to be allowed to record.
What's that?
Need to allow her to record.
I was gonna say Ed Smith.
Yep.
Oh, did Ed Smith need to record?
Oh, not Ed Smith. It was Amira.
Oh, well, Ed Smith is first on the mic.
Oh.
According to the set list I have. I didn't what's that? Oh no, you're right. I had scrolled down while I was doing my set to see what topics I decided to talk about. So give it up for our first comedian on the mic. She's the funniest sad comedian, different than funniest sad clock. Give it up for Amira Abu Al-Sod. Woo, 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 woo.
How is everyone?
Yay!
I don't care. This is about me. All right, so I had a date with a vegan guy. I actually canceled. So it turns out vegans don't like to hurt animals, but have no problem hurting me. He was like this really like bossy vegan instructor. I don't know. He was just like telling me always what to do, like uppercut, jump rope, don't eat cheesecake. Like, I need to eat 72 eggs a day so I can get pregnant, okay? Science. I didn't go to college. I mean, now I'm so bloated and gassy, I look pregnant, but no one wants to be around me because I'm farting all the time. Yeah, I mean, he was wearing these like hot pink Barbie sneakers, I think to match his personality, being a little bitch. All right, so switching gears completely. I was watching Handy Manny, this construction worker like cartoon with my nephew, and he was like so unprofessional. He's like, "Good morning, tools." I think to just like mirror real construction workers. It's pretty accurate. So whenever I get mad at my family, I just like hide their things, and then then when I forgive them, I help them look for it. My sister was looking for her kids, and I was like, "Oh, let me find your baby." Like,
Oh.
no, it's okay. No babies were harmed in this joke. Um, so I got really sick of doing dishes, so I got disposable pots and pans. They weren't initially disposable.
Yeah.
Anything's disposable if you put it in the trash, like my feelings, apparently. I actually went on a date the other day, and after I went to the bathroom and came back, he was like, "Oh, I just gotta send this email real quick. Oh, I'm on call. I gotta go bring this guy some papers or whatever." And I'm like, that's a really original lie because he already told me before he met me he was giving someone papers. So he just said like, "Oh, I'm just still doing this." And then he was like, "Oh, well, we can keep in touch on Instagram, like video chat, whatever." And then the next day he blocked me on Instagram.
Oh.
I was like, "What an asshole." I mean, at least the other guy gave me face wash and face peel. So, and I only got a mango smoothie out of him from Panera. I think that's why I keep putting myself out there for the smoothies. Um, anyway, but it's okay because no matter how old I get, I will still eat 72 eggs a day, so I will be able to have babies.
Yeah.
So I was recently talking to my doctor to try to get a note for a parking pass, and she was like trying to do my BMI because I said I have knee problems, and she was like, "Wow, that's a significant amount of weight you need to lose." And I was like, "But you didn't account for my muscle mass." And she's like, "I can tell you don't have muscle through your voice." I was like, "I thought you were a doctor, not a surgeon. You cut me deep." All right, thank you guys.
Woo, woo, woo. Give it up for Amira, everybody. Yo, 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 yo. All right, let's try this one more time to see if so you're all saying you can see me normally right now.
You're
Just district comedy.
Boo. Okay,
logo.
fine, whatever. God, I'll go back to being a clock. Anyway, I just gotta say, I am like so happy with like that Panera smoothie reference. My fiance works for an adjacent chain, and I do think that Panera smoothies are better, but we won't talk about that. Instead, we're going to talk about our next comedian who is hilarious and also not a clock. She's here. So glad to be here. And later on tonight, she's going to be on Introverts Paradise hosting for Kevin Wong. But really, you missed her best work if you weren't at Brooks's roast this weekend, because that was some grade A material. Give it up for the fantastic, the amazing Grace K. Snyder. Woo!
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh.
I'm plugged into the Wi-Fi modem so that I'll have better service, but it still looks like my mouth doesn't match my words. So, oh well.
Hell yeah.
I kind of feel like this is what it's like to go on dates with me, that it's the same way. Like, that's why nothing's going right. People are just like, you're not streaming correctly. Could you like up your Wi-Fi package? It's not good. Like, you're downloading plenty, but you're not uploading enough. I don't know. I went on my first date in over like a year and a half on Tuesday. I know. Woo. The best part of the date was leaving. So that was good. No, he was a really nice guy, but he did tell me like he was basically like, "You're more interesting than me." That's what I got. So that's what we have to deal with, comedians. Like, this is why those of us who are single, this is why we're single, because we're so interesting. And those of us who are getting married soon, well, you just got something that we don't. I don't know. I don't know. But no, I sent him a message today because I'm that person. I said, if you ever want to get together to go kayaking or go for a coffee as a friend, let me know. So he gave me a thanks exclamation point. So at least I got some excitement. That was good. I leaned over and I was at the grocery store and I leaned over and I got bumped by somebody. And when I stood up, he was like, "I'm sorry." And I was like, "That is the most action I've gotten in a year and a half. Thank you." I mean, that's a great pickup line. It didn't work.
Oh.
I know, like, I don't know. But what I wanted to do, but I think this might be a little bit wrong. And I think Bumble's like watching me and I'm going to get put on this list because I've already had an argument with them. But we'll talk about that some other time. Bumble, basically, the pictures are just really fun. They're so entertaining. And I'm not just talking about Bumble, but any dating app, right? You guys, even if you're not needing to date, this is fun. Like, it's so entertaining and it gives you exercise for your thumbs. It's great. But yeah, there's these different poses, but I'm just going to categorize them into like 4 categories. All right. I just threw that number out there. We'll see if this works. One of them is the I'm in the bathroom and there's a big mirror pose. The bathroom selfie. I mean, there's the guys that you're kind of like, I don't know. I mean, he's spending a lot of time in the bathroom. Is he like in between dates? That's probably what the situation is. He's on a date and he's like, this sucks. I'll maybe I can get another one right afterwards. So yeah, the bathroom of a Planet Fitness. That's what he says. I don't know. So there's like toilet paper hanging over the stall. That's great. The other one is the I only wear sunglasses in every shot. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I need to see some of your face. Okay. And then like some of them have their mask and their sunglasses. It doesn't work for me. So you're cool. You're hiding your dark soul. I don't know. Something's going on there. Meanwhile, I got kicked off. Okay, one of my photos got taken down because it was a picture of a fish, and I've seen plenty of those in man's hands on Bumble, but the fish was bleeding, and so that is a no-no according to Bumble policy. Like, anyway, I've learned my lesson, and I attacked them with emails, and I said, if I was Native Alaskan, I would be after you. But I am not. So I abide by your rules. You know, I pulled the opposite of the Karen card, the oh my God, I'm an idiot card. Anyway, so that's 2. I got through 2 categories. I will just close with this. The other one is the one where they're wearing a mask in every picture. And there's a reason for that. Oh, 4th is a hat in every picture. It's okay if you're bald. Just show me. You might be sexy. Show me that shiny head. All right, my name's Grace. Sorry, I just complained about dating the whole time. Oh my God.
Woo, 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 woo. Give it up for Grace Snyder, everybody. In addition to being able to catch her co-hosting the Introvert's Paradise later on tonight, you should also check out Weekend. Remind me again, it's Weekend Remedy Chicago.
Remedy. It rhymes with comedy. Just Weekend Remedy.
Oh, but to find you on Facebook, though, it's at Weekend Remedy Chicago.
Yeah.
All right. So remember that. I'll put it in the chat on both platforms so everybody can see it. But thank you so much for performing, Grace. Woo, 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 woo.
Thank you for having us.
Room check
I love this show.
Oh, yay. I'm just doing a room check real quick for our next comedian. Doesn't look like she has arrived yet. I don't know why I'm saying her. I already called her out via the public chat. Desiree's on her way. So instead, it's going to be my co-host next, because I don't want to say his name because that would be spoilers, because I actually thought of a great intro, which is give it up for the only bachelor to do totally reasonable legal things during his bachelor party and not have to worry about being a deviant at all. It was perfectly normal. It was the most wholesome event of the year for me as a sad clock. So that says a lot. Give it up for Brooksy Poopsie. Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, boys. Yeah,
boys.
All right. Tom wasn't being entirely honest here. Guys, like the whole point of a bachelor party is to just make single life look so unsustainable that you're like, I just have to get married now. Like, let's go to the courthouse Monday when I get back, because I cannot do another weekend like that. I ate nothing but hot dogs and cupcakes for 48 hours. Do you have any idea what that does to your waistline? I went into that weekend with shredded abs, and I left it looking like the girl who ate the wrong candy in the Willy Wonka movie. I'm lying. I went into it looking like that as well. I've always been fat, you guys, but like getting married's made me think on like girlfriends past and dates past. And I had this one date, and it was the worst date I've ever been on. We went to Nerd Fighters Prom, which is basically what happens when you get a bunch of like people in their early 20s who still haven't accepted that they're outside of high school, going dressed like their favorite cartoon or book characters and doing the most awkward reenactment of a prom ever. Like someone went up to me to talk to me and they were like, I'm a Hufflepuff. What house are you in? And I'm like, oh, I rent an apartment with roommates. No, like again, I'm a Hufflepuff. What are you? Oh, I'm an adult. And like I had some red girlfriends with some red flags, and they weren't subtle about hiding them though. Like one of them told me, and I didn't pick up on this, that this was like this relationship's not gonna last, because like this is before I met my fiance. I'm gonna say that as much as possible because I learned to irritate at every single one of my roasters. But this is before I met Chelsea, and like one of them that I was really into, I thought could be the one, told me, hey, I made a Tinder. You should make one too.
I remember her.
No.
My old ass didn't even know what the hell that was. I was an old man even when I was like 24. But like she had to get that explicit with me, because like she left a subtler clue earlier in the month. She was like, oh, hey, I made a coffee meets bagel profile, but it's not because I'm cheating on you. It's because they give you coupons for bagels and coffee. Like that makes perfect sense to me. It's financially irresponsible to not make one of those profiles. Should I make one? Like, no, you should stay away from that app. You don't need any more bagels. I'm like, you're very right. Guys, I am a really insecure person, and I need to boost my confidence because like people are starting to tell that I'm really insecure. Like random people I meet, like I went to a McDonald's the other day and like, can I help you? Like, no, I don't think you're equipped for that, man.
Oh.
And like, I don't need to be like super confident to walk into any room and own it. I just need to get the confidence to, when I make a microwave meal and I throw away the packaging with the reheating instructions, to let it stay in the trash, not pull it up. I wish I just knew, like, and I know in my heart, like, oh yeah, it's 90 seconds no matter what, but my brain's like, no, but what if it's a minute 20? But like, I finally went to a therapist, and they're like, you very clearly have depression. And I'm like, yeah, no shit, I do comedy on the internet. And they're like, so here's what we can do. We can give you this medication that'll probably make you feel better. And I'm like, okay, what are the side effects though? I was like, well, it's going to make you gain weight, and it's going to make you have a harder time getting an erection, but you'll feel better. Guys, cookies make me feel better. Cookies make me gain weight, and cookies give me an erection. So basically, cookies are the ultimate antidepressant. All right, you guys, now that I am done crying into the camera, I am really excited to introduce our next comedian. He has a beard and looks great with it. Give it up for Wesley Williams.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, that beard. Woo!
Thanks so much, guys. I feel like I should explain this behind me. I'm actually training to be a professional sign language interpreter. My parents can't hear. I grew up with sign language. One thing that does surprise people is that even though my parents can't hear, they do enjoy music, but it's got to be music with heavy bass so they could feel the vibrations. A cappella, no good. They hated Jersey Boys, so that's something about me. I've actually done some safe traveling lately. I heard someone mention Chicago. I was actually just in Chicago this weekend, and it might have been the neighborhood I was in. It's a tough city. Some neighborhood, it's a tough city. After the White Sox game, which is on the south side, I was on the train, and one guy was telling someone to wear a mask on the train, and the other guy said, "We're in Chicago, brother. There ain't no rules here," or something like that. And I was like, wow, this is very tough. I was on Michigan Avenue in Chicago. A butterfly floated right up to me and wouldn't move until I moved out of its way. So it's a very tough area, Chicago. I had difficulty. I wasn't sure who to try. I was outside of Stan's Donuts. I'm not sure if that sounds familiar to anyone. I was outside of Stan's Donuts, and I bought what I thought were AirPods from somebody, and it turned out to be dental floss. So it is very, very difficult. Very difficult. I wasn't there for any shows or anything. You know, I've been a little down on myself in my comedy career. I was actually writing a book on comedy. It's called Never Booked, the Wesley Williams story. So that's self-published Amazon self-publishing. But I was at another place. You know, I don't want anyone to feel sorry. You know, feel bad. I another place I went to this summer was Philadelphia, and you know, and not to make it all too much of a down. My girlfriend actually broke up with me in Philadelphia. She made a Declaration of Independence. So she was very patriotic. She always used to say, "Give me liberty, or give me $10,000. I'm not staying for anything less." And so that was. But I learned some things. You know, I learned that it's called the city of brotherly love for a reason. She left for my brother. She's with my brother. Which is fine. They eloped. Their wedding was catered by Gino's Cheesesteaks. So that was my summer. So I'm gonna give the time back to the room. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, you guys, keep it going for Gino's Cheesesteaks. Woo! Alrighty, our next comedian, and you never know what kind of kooks will show up at this mic. So next up is it's Ed Smith. Smythe. Woo! Keep it going for Ed Smythe.
Well, thank you, Brooksy, Wooksy, Poopsy, Whoopsy. Yes, indeed. Welcome once again, boys and girls, to the Bronco Bread Dang Tootin' Good Time Show. Say, I got a little gal that I've been dating, and I'm sure plumb in love with her. You know, she's really into cosplay. Not no Star Trek or Star Wars thing. No, better than that. She likes to pretend to be a four-wheeled outer space vehicle. Let me tell you all about it. Well, I got me a spunky gal from the great state of Delaware. She wants to be a four-wheeled space vehicle. What kind? Oh, I don't care. Yes, she's my little gal from Dover who pretends to be a Martian surface rover. Yeah, she's digging dirt, heading north, digging dust, heading south, picking up little itty bitty rocks and sticking them up in her mouth. Now, some say she's lost her mind, but you don't know what you'll find. My spunky gal from Dover who pretends to be a Martian space rover. Yes, yes, indeed. Hey, boys and girls, now it's time for our science corner. Yes, indeed. And of course, my science corner always likes to have Wally, the happy talking neutrino. Hey, Wally. Hey, Wally, what's our science topic for today? We're going to discuss in 1 minute the difference between evolution and creationism. Oh, that's dang darn easy. You go ahead first, little buddy. Okay, evolution is the geological record of millions of years of time until modern human race. Well, that's a dang darn good theory, Wally, but I don't think it holds any water. You see, the real thing is Earth is only 6,000 years old, and all those dinosaurs and everything else just got mushed up and flipped over, and now you find it in the dirt. But what about carbon-14, Bronco Bread? Well, you see, Wally, one day after the flood, God had a big box of carbon-14. He didn't know what to do with it. So he just spread it all over the earth and just spread it on everything. That's why all those scientists find that carbon-14. Oh, thanks for clearing that all up, Bronco Bread. You're sure welcome, little buddy. Have a good night. Okay, good night. Well, yes, indeed. Hey, boys and girls, now it's time for one more song here. Here's one here I wrote about a sassy gal. Yes, indeed, that I want to marry someday and become a dairy farm queen. I'm going to grab my Bronco Bread clackers. There we go. Well, I like a sassy gal full of vinegar and vim, like Rihanna or Lizzo or even Little Kim. But nowadays I'm feeling mighty keen to marry Beyonce and make her my dairy farm queen. Well, we're cleaning up the stalls, shoveling cow crap. I'll teach her to milking, she'll teach me how to rap. Tending to our gardens and decide designer clothes. She's fooling with the rakes and I'm messing with the hose. Yes, indeed. Isn't this fun, boys and girls? Yes. Well, we'll fill up our bathtubs with hot water from pails. I'm scratching a beat while she's scratching me with her nails. We're riding my tractor and cutting some hay. Sitting side by side with my Dairy Queen bride. Beyonce. Well, that's it for the Bronco Bread Dang Tootin' Good Time Show. And back to our host, Brooksy Wooksy Poopsy Woopsy. Have a good night, boys and girls.
Go for Ed Smythe, you guys, for Bronco Brad.
Woo, 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 woo!
Alrighty. Our next comedian. Our next comedian's just gonna do that for like her entire set. Give it up for Emma Paxton.
Hey everyone. So people have been asking me, actually no one's been asking me, but I'm gonna how did you lose so much weight? It's really easy. It's just having multiple chronic illnesses. So I was talking to this guy earlier in the evening, actually, and I sent him one of the songs that I wrote and I'm fairly proud of. And his response was, I like it. Nice. I'm like, okay, that's not the response we're looking for. We're looking for 100 points, Alex. We're looking for, that's amazing. You're brilliant. That was super original and poetic. That's what we're looking for. And also, thank you. Congratulations. You have now made it into my next bit. So thanks for the inspiration. That's about the only thing I got out of that interaction. So I really don't understand like dresses that drag. Have you guys seen this? You know, those like long gowns that drag across the floor?
Yeah.
Like, are you trying to catch COVID? Are you trying to catch all the germs? Are you trying to catch Pokemon? Like, I don't know. Maybe you're trying to clean the floor like dress sweep. There could be like an infomercial for it. Like, do you want to clean but also be fashionable? Try dress sweep. Half off today, but wait, there's more. Give me anything. What was the other thing I was gonna? Oh, right, that. So, always a smooth transition.
Woo!
You know, when you're looking for recipes online, and you come across like a blog. And this person's talking about like their aunt's goat farm, and it's more the length of War and Peace, and they're talking about their second marriage, and you're trying to find the actual ingredients like it's Where's Waldo. I was just like, I just wanted the ingredients. That's all I wanted. Why are you making me read all this? I'm not in school. Anyway, that's all I'm doing for tonight. Thank you.
You guys, keep it going for Emma Paxton. Our next comedian of the evening just wants me to say, however, but I'm gonna say he also made fun of me at my bachelor party, and it was great. Give it up for AJ Capuccio.
Hello, everyone. Gallery view. All right. My friend is proud that he lost a few pounds on the Mediterranean lifestyle. Yeah, good for him. But I think moving to Italy was a drastic move just to avoid McDonald's. Sometimes the AC is on and the room gets so chilly, I feel the need to put on a sweater, but I don't. because that cold cost money, so you just sit there and enjoy it. Turns out recycling was just a big old ripoff, but what did you think happened to your maggot-infested milk jug? Did you think it was gonna get turned into some other shit? Get real. Modular homes are just trailers for people who think they're better than everyone else. I tried one of those shipping container homes, but I woke up in Singapore. Turns out it's just a regular old shipping container. I love movies. I gotta see everything in the theater with other people. I saw Anthony Bourdain, the Roadrunner, in theaters, and it reminded me of the time when I saw the Rugrats movie in theater. My dad was all like, "Why? We could just watch this on TV. It's just a Saturday morning cartoon." Like, Dad, you don't understand. This is Rugrats go to Tokyo, Paris, around the world 26 times, making a TV show until they decay all their mental health and social relationships, and then they kill themselves. The movie. I'm a runner. I run marathons. My dream is to run the Prague Marathon so I can have two things to never shut up about in one. There's books about running because there's more to it than you think. And every decade has the quintessential self-help running book. Last decade it was Born to Run, a book about how you don't need shoes. This decade is Can't Hurt Me, a book about how you don't need rest. And next decade it's going to be Die Alone, a book about how you don't need friends.
Yeah.
I got fired from the shuttle bus service for driving away customers. In Maine, we really like our ice cream, but some places have taken being quintessentially New England to criminal levels. One place had blueberry pancake ice cream. It sounded good. I ordered a scoop. I took a look at that cone. It was gritty. That was gritty ice cream because there's pancake batter in it. Whoever decided that pancake batter was going to be the next cookie dough needs to be demoted to moose tracks harvesting. All right, I got a funny story. I'm a third shift custodian at a university, and a couple weeks ago they had me cover someone else's area. I finished the building, and I decided to take a nap in the room that I knew had the most comfortable couch. Because I had been in every room, like, I want to sleep on that piece of furniture. Fast forward a couple weeks, they have me permanently reassigned to that area, and they give me the tour this time. And my boss brings me into the room where I took the nap, and he's like, "This guy's weird. I've walked in on him having sex in his office before.
Oh no!
Whatever you do, do not sit on that couch." Thank you.
Oh God!
Give it up for AJ Capuccio and the sex couch.
Oh God! Oh God!
Guys, we've all taken a nap on a sex couch.
So many
though.
questions.
Like,
No, we haven't. No, we haven't.
Tom,
No.
Tom, us having lived together, I'm gonna say this. We've all taken a nap on a sex couch.
What? I didn't know that at the time.
All right, guys. Our
didn't
next
take a nap.
comedian is a stand-up comic based in Boston, Massachusetts. Give it up for Michael Vabner.
Woo, 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 woo.
Hey, thanks guys. Thanks for having me. I'm doing all right, but I'm a little shook. There's been a fire burning in Oregon these past few weeks called the Bootleg Fire. And it's been really personal to me because Bootleg Fire was the name of my unreleased mixtape. That name is unusable. Like, I understand it's going to take years to repair the damage this fire is causing, but it's nothing compared to the 7 years I spent laying down fire bars in the studio. I'm the true victim here is what I'm trying to get across.
Agree.
My roommate bought a Roomba vacuum recently that knows how to text for help when it's stuck. The other day, I got stuck in our kitchen, and it sent me a text that just said, "I'm stuck. Save me, my master." Verbatim. First of all, I don't want my Roomba calling me master, no matter what object it is. It sounds like I'm in some weird BDSM relationship with it. Like it wants me to text back, how stuck are you, you hot little spear?
Oh, fuck.
Send me a pic, you sexy sucking circle. It's also weird that the Roomba knows when to ask for help because it means that my vacuum is now more emotionally vulnerable than I am. Like, I'm a little afraid of it becoming too dependent on me, though. Like, if I don't respond to its text, it's going to get pissed. It'll be like, where were you? I texted you 4 hours ago. Hanging out with that Dyson vacuum again, weren't you? And I'll be like, no, it's not like that. It's just sometimes Dyson can suck up the spots you can't.
Damn.
So, yeah, that didn't work out. And now I'm in a friends with benefits thing with my toaster, which has been great. As long as you don't accidentally hit bagel mode during sex. Learned that the hard way. Quick thought. I'm sure, like most people, like I don't know how to socialize post-vaccination. And my coworkers keep trying to arrange hangouts, which annoys me. Like grabbing drinks with your coworkers after work is like asking your jail cellmate if they want to hang out during recreational time. Hey man, it was great sharing these 100 square feet with you for 5 days straight. No pressure, but do you want to see even more of me now? I'll leave you guys with this. My parents were the definition of like hands-off parenting. They didn't really give a shit what we did. They weren't helicopter parents as much as they were just like hella chill parents. Our house was basically just like a failed libertarian state. It's what a Ron Paul presidency would have looked like, minus the towels. They let me buy the game Grand Theft Auto Vice City when I was 9 years old. And my parents' excuse was that they didn't know the game Grand Theft Auto Vice City would be inappropriate for a 9-year-old. That was after they looked at the game named after a felony with a giant M for mature rating and a stripper on the cover. Like, was Grand Theft Auto not a serious enough felony to deter you guys? They're like, look, you can play the new Grand Theft Auto Vice City, but there's no way we're going to get you the new reckless endangerment of a minor. And one of the things I hate about my parents' style of raising me was them trying to fix things after they already fucked up, but with like minimal effort. I remember the next game, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, came out, and I wanted it really badly, but no matter how many times I asked my mom, she wouldn't let me get the game. But she was fine with me keeping the game I already had, though. So she was like, my son might be a virtual drug lord, but we're keeping this within virtual state lines. And I challenged her on why she wouldn't let me buy the game eventually, and the only excuse she could think of was that the graphics being better meant it was too realistic. So her excuse was basically, I don't want you looking at HD nipples. We're maxing out at 480p. All right, that's all I'm gonna do for tonight. Thank you guys.
Keep it going for Michael Vavner, guys. All right, our final comedian of the evening roasted me at my online bachelor party, and she is going to use it as a USA comedy credit to get a USA visa. Give it up for Desiree Wall.
Woo! You don't want to live here. Woo!
Hello, I am Canadian. That's why I want the visa to the US. I think all of you know that. Maybe Mike doesn't. I'm Canadian, Michael. I am also disabled. I think all of you know that, except Michael. So, Michael, I am disabled. You just can't see the wheelchair because of Zoom. Yeah, and I've really liked the pandemic.
Desiree, your mic is really cutting out.
Oh, really? Is this better?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Okay. Anyways, I really like the pandemic because none of you walkies touch me when I'm out. In the before times, apparently you people thought I was a shopping cart that needed to be returned to Walmart. I also like it because I no longer have to listen to strangers' stories about their friends in wheelchairs when I'm at the grocery store. Because in the before times, it was just like, I'm really sorry to hear about your friend Mark, but I do not have any wheelchair basketball information. Also, it is midnight and I am buying 4 types of cheese in Garfield PJs. I am obviously high. Please leave me alone. I am not disabled Google unless you have acid. I was lucky enough to go on a date before the pandemic. Well, it wasn't so much of a date as it was a man sat down beside me in Starbucks and asked if I had any wheelchair basketball information for his friend Mark. Yeah, I don't have any push handles on my chair and the back is really low. So I think people think that that's what makes me an athlete. So I would have this. But like, dude, I struggled to carry my coffee like from the cash to the table without spilling it on me. That was a new tag. But myself and this man got to talking about disability and the media, because apparently I don't like small talk. None of this has the weather. And I told this man that I wish the media understood that people with disabilities did more than go to the God bless comedians who can do this drunk and high. I am slightly tired and I am
Do it drunk and high. New challenge.
So I said to this man, I wish the media understood people with disabilities did more than go to the bank and die. Now I'm going to tell you where I work during the day. I work in a bank. I am the problem. I am a living stereotype. For those of you who may not be aware, possibly only Michael, because I think everybody's heard this about 10 times. Banks in Canada have really good equity programs and they hire a lot of disabled people, and we are heavily featured in their media campaigns. Yes. The best jokes are the ones you have to explain. If you are not given a 9-minute TED Talk after every punchline, you are really doing it wrong. Don't ask any of the other comics. I am right. I am right. Oh, crap. This is good. One of my favorite things is when walkies tell me something is accessible, there's just one step up. Yeah. If I told you that there was just one alligator in my pool, walkies would just swim in it? Oh, you wouldn't. You wouldn't, walkies. And I know there's one person in here that is like, yeah, I would. Keep your opinions to yourself. You're ruining my joke. Thanks. That's my time.
Keep it going for alligators and pools, you guys.
Yeah.
And Desiree Walsh.
My response is, how big of a gator are we talking here? We got a baby gator. Like, hell yeah, that just sounds like a good old time. A little bit of excitement in the pool trip. Guys, Desiree was our final fantastic comedian of the night. Please be sure to plug your pluggables in the chat. We do this every Thursday. We also have some other fantastic mics from the District Comedy Network. Tom, close us out, man.
I'll try, but I may still just be a sad clock. You all, please be vocal in telling me if I turn into anything other than a sad clock.
You're now our logo.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, I'll go back to being a clock.
Give it up for Sad Clock.
I fucking hate Sad Clock. Sad Clock is the replacement for actually being a voice for the network. I'm gonna figure this out. I feel like there was a Zoom update I wasn't informed about, but either way, give it up for all of our comedians: Amira, Grace, Desiree, Brooks, Wesley Williams, Ed Smythe, Emma Paxton, AJ Capuccio, Michael Vabner, everybody who showed up tonight, everybody who I'm sure will be sharing the stream later to spread the word that we got a fucking awesome virtual mic, which is great because, variant is Corona part 2. But no, I want to give a big shout out to all the comedians who performed tonight, my awesome co-host, and to you, our audience. If you enjoyed the show and want to support the stream, please consider making a donation of any size at districtcomedy.io. Again, that's districtcomedy.io. And have a great night, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.